In Escape from Tarkov, when a lot of people join the game, they're normally joining with a friend. The friend has them load up the game, collect their first available task, maybe examine some items, and then load into customs quickly with their first raid and start learning the map. A lot of times they'll load into their first raid on customs with the kit that was provided for them, and they'll just go from there. However, customs may not be the best place to go on your first raid of the wipe, even though your first task may technically be on that map. Let's talk about why before your first raid, it may be more worth it for you to stop, interact with the trader some, examine all the items, and then take your first PMC raid into wood. I know what a lot of people might be thinking, woods, really? Maybe you hate woods. Maybe it just makes zero sense to you since your first task available is debut, which takes place on customs. But there's definitely a method to this madness. In fact, not only do I believe that woods is an alternative to customs, but I also think that it is a better option than going to customs for your first raid. And it's for one simple reason. Right below that one subtask on debut that says get 5 scav kills on customs is another subtask that says collect 2 MP133 shotguns. And those shotguns are the key to why woods is a better choice for your first raid than customs. I've learned throughout my life that anything is possible, and although it is possible to get these shotguns on customs, it is highly unlikely. Scav loadouts are completely randomized, and that means you could go multiple raids without finding these shotguns quickly. When your task is to collect a particular of any item, every raid that you do where you're not collecting that item, or every raid where you go and don't find a single one of those items, is wasted time for that particular task. That's why woods is the key. So if you examine all of the items that you get from traders, except the gunsmith task that you get from mechanic at level 2, this will then introduce you to a task titled Introduction. This task is the key to your MP133 shotguns. No, it's not the reward for the task, and no, you're not going to find MP133 shotguns on woods more likely than on customs. However, this task allows you to collect those shotguns much more easily and much quicker. This allows you to move on to the next task quicker, more efficiently, and will get you progressing through your raids much faster. The introduction task is simple. You go to woods. You have to go to the meeting spot. There is a letter on the ground. You'll take that, pick it up. You'll take it back to mechanic after you extract the raid, and then you will receive your introduction to Jaeger, which is the final trader available as of right now. Luckily for us, currently, the MP133 shotguns do not currently need to be found in raid. Therefore, once you unlock Jaeger, he conveniently sells MP133 shotguns. So, rather than getting your kills from scavs and then having to go and get MP133 shotguns, why not unlock Jaeger? You now have the ability to purchase them. Go to customs, complete the first subtask of debut. If you get an MP133 shotgun, that's great. If you get 2, that's great. But if you don't, as soon as you leave the raid, you can just purchase the remaining shotguns that you need and turn them into Prapper and move on with your life. Go on to the next task, and you don't even have to stop and wait at any point or go somewhere else or change at all. You take your first raid to woods, then you go back to customs, and you stay on customs until you complete the customs tasks. This immediately opens up the ability for you to purchase these MP133 shotguns, and also unlocks the dog tag case barter, which is a great barter to have early on. It's great for saving inventory space, and in addition to this, any extra flash drives that you get can be put towards getting more of these to sell for about 200k rubles a pop. In addition to the obvious benefit that I've already mentioned by getting these MP133 shotguns, the largest portion of the player base seems to go to customs on their first raid. So, if you take your first raid to woods, rather than waiting for 20 to 30 minutes in the lobby to get into a customs raid, you'll be completing your first raid, ready to buy MP133 shotguns if you want to, loading into your second raid while they're still waiting on loading into that first raid. You'll have run all the way through woods and extracted with your first task done, and you'll be moving on to the next one. This also unlocks the Jaeger tasks much earlier on, and because of the difficulty of some of these tasks, it's very convenient to have these available as early as possible. So going ahead and getting those tasks, having them on your list so you're keeping them in mind as you run other quests, so you can collect items that are needed, all those kinds of things, is quite useful. From my personal perspective, this offers a clear advantage over going customs for your first raid. Although customs has the most tasks on it for the first couple of days, Woods offers the best opportunity to progress through those tasks much faster by committing just one raid to it at the start of your wipe. Personally, for my completion of this, I normally take everything off of my PMC. Like I said, examine everything, get the task, and then I personally purchase an SKS, purchase a cheap bag and a cheap rig, throw some PS ammo into my pockets, and then I run the raid normally, prioritizing survival and grabbing as many items as I can en route to the extraction. If possible, I try to hit the outpost on Woods because that has a lot of your med spawns, which are very, very valuable and needed for multiple tasks early on. But I prioritize survival. If I can't hit the outpost, I take it, I leave, and I go with the victory of I'm now able to purchase the MP133 shotguns as soon as I complete the other part of my debut task. I think that this video clearly shows that Woods is going to be the best option for your first raid if you're actually trying to do these tasks as efficiently as possible. I personally think this is the most effective way for you to complete your tasks early on, and just gives you a really, really good reason to learn Woods as well, because you'll need it later on in the task line, in the quest line as well. If you found this video was helpful, or if you enjoyed this video, it would be greatly appreciated if you would hit the like button. In addition to this, I'd really, really appreciate if you let me know down below if I've convinced you as to whether or not Woods is a better first raid than Customs. If it has, let me know why. If it has not convinced you, let me know why as well, so we can have a conversation about it in the comments. If you'd like to see more content like this, I'd recommend subscribing and checking out my Wipe Hype playlist. This is going to have all of the information that I have for the Wipe for you. If you are a new player and are just looking to get into Tarkov, I'm going to have a Lost in Tarkov playlist available for you. This is going to be geared towards new players. It's going to go over things like the keybinds, the health system, all kinds of things like that. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.